When you drive on to the campus of Columbia International University, you think, this is beautiful. But to make it a perfect place, it's got to be comfortable in the classroom, it's got to be comfortable in the dining hall, it's got to be comfortable everywhere you go. And there was so many factors working against us to make that so.
We've been around since 1923, and we have some fairly old infrastructure. It's been always a challenge to look around and say, oh, we're wasting energy on air conditioning, an old boiler, for instance, that we wanted to replace. But the cost to do that was not possible at the time.
If we want to recruit new students, we've got to have a more comfortable, beautiful environment for people to want to be in, want to learn in. It's a competitive world out there in higher education, and we've got to be able to compete not just for mission's sake, but for ministry's sake and for the students' education's sake. I looked at the guts of the organization, so to speak, all the HVAC pipes, the kind of ugly things that nobody cares about but are critically important to the function of the organization. If we didn't do something, we could be shut down for weeks, not knowing that we were going to be able to replace a part or a piece of equipment in a timely fashion. When we started talking with Siemens, anything that consumed energy, they said, we can help you with. They did not just tell me, but they showed me in writing, and they promised me in a contract that the energy savings would offset the expense of these enormous multi-million-dollar improvements. Well, at that point, we're in. We're all in. Our spaces here at CIU have changed remarkably as a result of this partnership with Siemens. The environment for just plain comfort, the ability to not have to worry about changing the thermostat, turning off the lights when you leave the room.
Well, I wasn't even thinking about the water aspect at the time, but once we got into it, that became pretty exciting as well, to have irrigation systems that could be controlled and remotely monitored and changed. And we're able to call up each building and see what's the temperature in the buildings, see what the airflows would be. We can look at alarms, we can look at scheduling. That's an important thing now with being able to shut the buildings off when they're not being used and save energy that way.
All that money that I'm saving can be redirected to the kinds of things that our admissions people have been begging for ever since I got here a year and a half ago.
We're in the midst of a lot of growth right now. We're in the process of going from an old traditional kind of school to the next generation. One of the nice things with the Siemens project that each building can then be incorporated into the central control system quite easily.
Everything we do has to do with a mission that lives beyond the organization. It's for the world's sake, it's for Christ's sake. This partnership with Siemens is going to help us take our beautiful campus and bring that beauty everywhere. It's going to be as beautiful inside as it is outside.
Siemens, ingenuity for life.